I'm sorry. I just got really pissed off at. I mean, there was Anton running around, this really annoying, really sick, really psycho black person. There was the USAF group that was running around, and like I said, they stole the body armor from China and didn't pay them. In fact, they tortured about 50 or 60 Chinese scientists and shot them because they thought they could hide the fact that there are these suits with titanium, Kevlar, ceramic, Kevlar, titanium suits that were particularly bulletproof. Like I said, you could take a 45 and just go a handgun. Um, what's it called, like a AK-47 point blank? Not so much. Maybe it might stop it. I think it would possibly stop that. I forget what the deal was. We were working on that. But anyway, though, point being though that basically there was all these people. Anyway, they stole the suits. They ran around. Anyway, like I said, there was Anton, and there was all these groups. There was Richard Nixon. They were running around. They were thinking that they were so tough and basically invincible. And pretty much they had all these other people like guarding them and doing all this other stuff. They stole my my LSF 71 Blackbird. They tried to get it running. They crashed a couple. It takes special kind of tires. They put normal tires on it. Like I think they got tires off of some jet, and they tried them, and they baked and blew out on them, and then they crashed. They melted the fuel pedcocks. They put these fuel pedcocks that were normal and brass or something like that, and they didn't know about the fact that the outer skin gets up to like 1500 degrees, and they melted, and they crashed it, and they were basically just really fucking stupid flying around a 500-year-old supersonic jet. And it really pissed me off when I found out about all this stuff. So anyway, and then they were saying that they were president or powerful or gods or they had the immortality, and they really had none of it. They were just these people that were... I mean, one guy was like, well, the cat's away, the mice will play. Anyway, oh, God. I really wanted to just, like, torture and kill them. And anyway, though, I really wanted to kill them. Anyway, though, after I saw everything that they did and all that other stuff, I wanted to crush them really bad. Anyway, and I did crush them really bad. And they did scream for hours or years because death would not stop me. Anyway, they thought they could, and they still think they've won or whatever else like that. They think a lot of things, but I mean, like I say, realistically, in the scheme of forever, in the distance of forever, one lifetime or two lifetimes really isn't all that much. And I was just very invasive. And anyway, after I tortured them and had them tortured for 120 years or 1,000 years, anyway, they tried to torture me, but they really couldn't. So anyway, and then they tried to kill me. Then they tried to kill everyone. I mean, it's kind of weird because it's like, I mean, they were trying to torture anyone who had ever helped me or anyone who had ever been a part of me or whatever, or anyone who had ever worked for me. But it's like not really realizing that it was the human race. It was them. Like, you know, it's kind of like you wanting to take down, like being an American citizen and then wanting to take down America, or kill everyone that had anything to do with America, but being the American president. It's like it's kind of like you shoot yourself in the head. I don't know. I mean, it was really weird. It's one of those weird things. Anyway, yeah, like I said, I don't really care. It's just like, well, you know, I'm Lucifer. I'm Lucifer's star. You know, 100 trillion years old actually, and I was just kicking it here on Earth. Anyway, though. So anyway, they wanted to kill a lot of people, and I knew about it, and I was going to stop them because it's like, and they were going to kill me, you know, and take over my empire. Anyway, though, because like I own cities, and I own like this place, and I own all that, and anyway, I built so much, and all this and that, and And like these are all planned. In fact, they used to build ships inside these things. Like sometimes, actually, those actually used to be like shipyards. Actually, long time ago, like today, people call them canals and this and that. But actually, that actually used to be a shipyard in the ancient past. Like they would build a ship there or build ships there, and then they would float them, out to sea and do this and do that, and they were quite profitable. So I own that place. I own a lot of other places, and nowadays they're just used as canals, and they're not really used for anything. But back in the old days, they used to build ships inside those canals. That's why they could be drained and then flooded and all that other stuff, because they would put all the wood out there, and then they would build it, and then they would just add in the water, and bloop, and then they would go out to sea. So yeah, there's a lot of this stuff that's been lying around, and it's like, well, it used to be mine, it is mine, but we don't really use it anymore. I mean, but that's what we used to do. That's what you used to use it for. That's why you can drain the water in a lot of these locks and a lot of these other things like this. That's why, it's Panama and all that other stuff. I had all these boat yards basically. And, and Venice was like one of my big places. Like that was my place. And we made a lot of money there. And it was really cool. And it's the LS Shipyard. LS Shipyard, yeah. Anyway, we're really cool. What the hell? Where is this place? Oh, I guess it's down deep. Anyway, I have a lot of deep places. I got a lot of shallow places. Anyway, and wow, it must have been really muddy in there. Anyway, they all have rock or concrete bottom or granite stone bottom or this or that kind of bottom. And we cleared out all the mud long ago. And there's pipelines and all kinds of stuff. And this place is really intricate and it's really cool. And it's one of those fascinating places. Like if you start digging around and start looking at everything. I mean, it is a glorious, glorious past of building and invention and just a lot of togetherness, a lot of love, a lot of freaky sex, a lot of having big families, a lot of food, a lot of sharing, a lot of help. I mean, there wasn't really like the LSF and a lot of other people were trying to do like this death past, and it's like no. We all had tea time together. We worked together, we loved together, we did drugs together, opium. I mean, drugs and opium and a lot of things really aren't worth as much as you might think. Like a lot of people think like, oh, drugs are so powerful, so much. It's like, no. I mean, life used to be miserable. It was hard to survive in the past. There are these big epic storms and like people were at the mercy of everything. And I changed all that by inventing and being their master. Like I said, I adopted Earth, and I mean, the humans were really my life forms anyway. So at some point in time, I readopted Earth or came back to Earth and was like, okay, I'll help you, I'll lead you. Anyway, though, and all that, and there's a lot of issues. Like I said, I leave a lot of planets, like the LSAF ship leaving. LSFA ship leaving. That was me leaving the Earth. They had 747 wings on it and all that other stuff. Anyway, there's someone that wanted to take my place and wanted to like be me or something like that. It's like no. And my people love me anyway. Like there's a lot of women that grew up thinking about the stars or looking up at the stars or thinking about things, and also they also get to their sexuality age or point, and it's like, well, we've done a lot of things that, all that stuff actually is me. I designed you that way. And so it leaves a lot of people wondering about their existence, about why they feel these feelings and all that other stuff. And also I don't want people to misunderstand things. It's like, well, you feel these feelings because of me. So, I thought that this was the best way. And so that's also why a lot of women are like, Lucifer. It's like, yeah, well, Anyway, and I didn't want people to be... There was a lot of confusion about things, and it's like, well, I mean, I could really get into why and what and how and where and when and why we made those decisions about everything, about like why you start feeling feelings around 9 or 10 years old or 13 years old, but, Anyway, and it goes back to the ancient past and a lot of things, so... Anyway, Anton and a bunch of other people wanted to confuse it, and I could walk you through it and just be like, well, this right here, and this is when, and we were having that problem, and at this point in time, we didn't live all that long. So that's why